And we begin this morning with breaking news here at 4:30. Our sister station in Austin is reporting that the suspected Austin serial bomber is dead after a confrontation with police. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Hernandez.
And I'm Russ Lewis. It looks like this thing may finally be over in Austin. It's good news this morning. Officers reporting a shootout at about 3 this morning. And here's where it happened, just off of I-35. This is in Round Rock, which is just north of Austin. Our Janelle Fort is there for us right now. So, Janelle, what else do we know at this point?
Well, police began closing in on that suspect just about 2 hours ago here on I-35 in Round Rock. There's a string of hotels right along this way. They say that that suspect was at one of these hotels. They're not confirming which one yet at this time. But as you said, shots were fired, but police are telling us that that is not what killed this suspect. They said that that suspect actually detonated an explosive device when they were closing in on him. Now, they say that yesterday they knew they had found their guy. They traced this person using a mixture of cell phone technology, security video, and store receipts. If you remember that explosion in Shirts yesterday when we were at that press conference, officials weren't giving us much information. Now, looking back on that, it seems as though they knew who they were looking for. They had a person of interest, and they were just in the process of tracking that person down. Now, they traced the package that exploded at Shirts to a FedEx facility here in the Austin area. At that FedEx facility, they were able to use surveillance video from that place. They were able to track those receipts, use that suspect's cell phone information, find out where he was, and begin closing in. Now, right now, as we said, we're here on I-35. This entire road is shut down. As you can see, it's going to be shut down for hours. It's been, as you can imagine, a terrifying 19 days for the folks here in Austin. And now it appears that this may be over, but honestly, we don't know yet. Now, there's pieces of this puzzle that are incomplete. Are there more devices out there? Does this person have a home that they need to go through and search? Are there more packages that are being sent? These are all questions that authorities are asking right now. This is all a part of that investigation right now. So we're here. We're told there's going to be a press conference shortly. We will ask those questions, and hopefully we'll have some more details for you guys coming up.
Okay, and we will let our viewers know too, Janelle, that we'll be breaking in here regardless, commercial break or whatever we're doing. When that press conference starts with this latest information, we will get right to it on the air. So keep it right here as we closely watch this investigation this morning on air, online, and of course you can get the latest information on our KHOU 11 News app as well.
All right, we want to get over to Cheetah Craft right now and get a check of this Wednesday morning weather. Cheetah, good morning.
Get ready to grab the jacket, guys. Temperatures in the 30s and the 40s. So we had a big drop overnight. 45 in Tomball, 49, that's at Bush Intercontinental Airport. 45 this morning in Angleton, and then you can see Conroe checking in right around 39. So that's about a 10-degree drop from yesterday morning. The nice thing is today, another picture-perfect afternoon. Temperatures today will be topping out in the mid to upper 70s range. Sunny skies, low humidity. The north wind continues. We will talk about some changes expected for next week coming up next. Good morning, Darby.
Good morning, Cheetah. Thank you. Okay, out the door. Well, it was pretty quiet everywhere but one spot, and then it got even less quiet. There's some overnight road work on 288 inbound, basically from the tollway to Alameda, Genoa, had you down to one lane. But then an accident happened in the road work. Take a look at our Houston TransStar shot. You can see plenty of flashing lights here. You can see the cones here they've got up for the road work. All right, so all traffic now being forced onto the frontage road. So if you're coming in from, say, Pearland or coming in from Angleton, this is going to affect you. So just be ready. 288, because of that, I show 15 minutes, Highway 6 to downtown. You know it's going to take longer than that, so just be ready. But no delays on the Gulf Freeway. Just 24 minutes League City Parkway to downtown, and the Fort Bend Toll Road, nice and quiet as well.
All right, Darby, thank you. Houston police officers had to chase down one of their own squad cars. A woman stole it with a suspect inside the vehicle. This happened about midnight in West Houston. The officer had pulled over to arrest a drunk driver, and that's when a woman jumped out of the woods, hopped into the police car, and drove off. Officers arrested her. They're now evaluating her mental health before they file any criminal charges.
Well, testimony continues in the third day of a murder-for-hire trial. Leon Jacob is accused of hiring a hitman to kill his ex-girlfriend last year. Prosecutors revealed audio recordings of 12 phone calls and 2 in-person meetings between him and the so-called hitman. Jacob's attorney claims he didn't want her to be harmed, just to get out of town so she couldn't testify against him.
This morning, Fort Bend County is asking for help to track down these porch thieves. There they are. It's surveillance video here showing them running up to a home in a Harvest Green subdivision, grabbing all the patio furniture. You see they load it into the back of a U-Haul truck and then drive off. Fort Bend County Crime Stoppers is offering $5,000 this morning for any information that leads to an arrest.
Well, 3 parts of the country are reeling from severe weather this week. Damaging winds and tornado warnings were issued across the southeast yesterday, and tens of thousands of Californians were ordered to evacuate as storms there could bring around another round of flooding and mudslides, and the Northeast is facing its 4th nor'easter this month.
Yeah, this storm is canceling flights across the country, including quite a few out of Houston.
I'm Michelle Choi, joins us live from Bush Airport this morning. Any delays so far affecting Houston flights, Michelle?
Yeah, guys, well, thousands of flights are being canceled across the country. Here in Houston, at last check, more than a dozen flights to New York have been canceled so far. Now, just take a look at that departure screen right there. You can see that Delta and Spirit have already canceled flights to New York and Newark, and I don't think they're going to change that anytime soon. This is the 4th nor'easter to hit the East Coast region in 3 weeks, guys. And check out this video. Heavy snow and winds are what's being forecasted again for people living in the East Coast regions. And this time we're hearing nor'easter will dump more snow on some areas like New York and Washington than the 3 earlier storms, get this, combined. That's a lot to deal with. The East just can't seem to shake the winter off. More than 70 million folks under a winter storm watch at this time. Again, this nor'easter affecting a lot of people, and as far as travel goes, that is no good news today. But Cheetah, I gotta tell you, yesterday was the start of spring, I believe, right? So I feel like the East Coast is not off to a good start when it comes to that.
Exactly. They're like, come on, the calendar says spring, so we're ready for the weather to cooperate here. Well, it's not out of the question. A little late to see this amount of snow in the season, but it's not out of the question. This time of the year, we can kind of get rough weather. And let me show you East Coast and West Coast. So here's the nor'easter that Michelle was just talking about there, and it's ripping away from Charleston, and this is going to continue to impact areas like D.C. It'll continue to push northward throughout the day today. Not until Friday morning are we going to say, oh, finally, they're going to get a big sigh of relief. Check this out. Now, I'm taking you from the East Coast to the West Coast this morning. So it almost doesn't matter where you're traveling. Check in with those airlines. Big area of low pressure pushing into California. Get this, some portions could see about 7 to maybe even upwards of 10 inches of rain. Really remarkable. That same system is what will impact our weather come next week, Monday, Tuesday. So next week, our weather really starts to change here. Enjoy it while we've got it. Our radar nice and dry this morning. The winds did die down overnight, and that is what is allowing for that 10 to about a 16-degree drop in our temperatures. So you're waking up this morning even colder. You'll need the jacket. I'm telling you, 39 in Conroe, 40 in Cleveland, 52 in Sugar Land, 53 this morning in Pearland. So bottom line, grab the jacket. We still have that north wind. It's a lot calmer compared to yesterday. So at least you're not going to have to deal with the gusty conditions. High temperatures go to 76, Darby. We're talking 70s the rest of the week.
Sounds fantastic to me. Thank you, Cheetah. Okay, out the door, the problem we have is really kind of twofold, but it's in the same spot. We have an accident working here on Highway 288 inbound at Alameda Genoa. Now, as you take a look with our Houston TransStar shot, you see all the flashing lights of the freeway shut down, so you're being taken off onto the frontage road. But if you look closer, you see barrels. See all the barrels up here? There was road work in the same spot. So you got two things you got to clear out here. Traffic's backing up to just before the tollway as you come in Highway 288. Just know you're going to be put off on the frontage road. Maybe you want to use Scott Street, Cullen, maybe 521 as an alternate route. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting here for 10 or 15 minutes. Rest of your freeway is not affected by this, and nice and quiet. Traveling 59 or 69 the Southwest Freeway coming in from Rosenberg, 28 minutes. Highway 36 to downtown's quiet. No delays on the West Park Tollway at 15 minutes. Grand Parkway into the 69 interchange. Then 90A, if you're headed to the Med Center coming in from Missouri City, it's quiet. 9 minutes from Gessner into 610.